All right, what's going on, everybody? Hello, everyone. How are you today? Happy Saturday. Some of you, happy Friday. Let me get a drink here. Man, it's nice to be back to getting on these lives, man. So, yeah, man. As you guys come in, please tell me in the comment section where you watching from, and yeah, man. How's your week been? Man, it's been a pretty interesting week over here, but yeah, man. Today's topic, yeah, tell me where you are viewing from. All right. I want to start to see if my analytics are correct on the back end. Yeah. So today's topic, we're going to talk about retiring in Vietnam. So, yeah, I'm going to let you guys come in. Give me 30 more seconds, and then we're ready to rock and roll. All right. I will be right back. All right, guys, let's do it. So, there's been a lot of talk about what if you can retire in Vietnam as a foreigner. Yeah, a lot of us understand that you cannot, right? Yes, you cannot retire, and they don't have a retirement visa. However, what we will do in this live is that we're going to talk about it, we're going to dissect it, and we're going. I hope my hope is that by the time you are done with this live, you will be able to understand the retirement here in Vietnam and how to retire here in Vietnam. All right. So while the Vietnamese government is um, processing, let's just say, now while they're just processing everything, I'm gonna give you practical steps of how to retire here. Retire. All right. So let's jump into it, man. Again, tell me where you are watching from. I want to see the back end. Make sure that my analytics match up with my viewers, actually. So, and good morning to everyone, and good evening to some of you. All right. So, what we're gonna do first is we're going to talk about the benefits and the privileges that for visa holders. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys an overview of some of the things, and we're just going to get right into it, man. So just let me share my screen with you guys, and we'll get into it. Uh, Bear with me. All right, so let's get into why Vietnam and share my screen. Bear with me, guys. There we go. Okay, so let's talk about some benefits, right? So, why do you want to be in Vietnam? Obviously, Southeast Asian countries, they all have their different visas, right? And for retirees, retirement visa. But I'll say this, Vietnam is has seen all of that, right? So they're coming up with a plan, and they've been a lot of us expats have been wanting this. Some expats a lot longer than me, but yeah, let's jump into it. So, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. If you have an urgent question, super chat me, and I'll get right on that. All right. So, why Vietnam and some visa options, right? Let's get into it. So, benefits and privileges for Vietnam visa holders 2025 overview, right? So, I'm not going to read all of it. I'm going to just go through this article. We'll talk about it, and then we'll go through another article and a few more articles, and then it'll all tie in together. So, just hang with me, all right? So, Resident rights and privileges. Resident right and privileges. Holders of investment visas, right? An investment visa is a D1 to D4. All right. So I've been getting a couple of comments on my videos about this particular question of how much is an investment, how much can I invest, how much should I invest for an investor visa and an investment visa. And again, I keep my answer is there's so many different visas, right? So right here is D1 through D4. So again, that's four different investment visas, right? So D1, DT1, DT4 visa are initially granted a maximum term of up to 5 years. Okay, DT1, 2, and are up to 5 years. DT3 up to 3 years. DT4 up to 1 year are considered right here are considered a new visa that the visa expires. All right. So again, what these visas allow you are these benefits, right? So extended legal residence. So holders can maintain continuous residence in Vietnam for up to 5 years with options for renewal after those 5 years. Okay. So geographic mobility, complete freedom to travel and reside anywhere within Vietnam without additional permits. All right. So if you don't know, right here, if you live, for example, in Hanoi, you can, and you get permits in Hanoi, you cannot necessarily jump to Ho Chi Minh City and then expect to use those Hanoi permits, right? So here you have to get multiple different permits. If you live in a smaller city, they have permits. If you live in like Haiphong, Hanoi, anywhere, Da Nang, you have to get permits for that city. All right, so that's kind of a pain, right? So again, I'll talk about what this new law is coming in and how it'll kind of streamline this process. All right, so that's benefit number two. Three, property ownership rights. Enhance access to property ownership, including the ability to purchase both residential and commercial properties. See, you'll learn more a little bit later that here it's all about local Vietnamese. Like they can own everything from, again, my last live. The red book is land ownership. There's two different books, right? Red and pink. Pink is for foreigners who can own the property. Yeah. So it'll have a length or a term between 50 and 99 years. Okay. But you own it, but it's kind of like a lease. Let's just be honest. All right. The red book is for locals who can own anything from the land to the property forever, right? Forever. Okay, that's the biggest difference. So if you see those two different colors, red and pink, those are two different. In the Vietnamese, they'll know. Okay, that's land. That's just a foreigner. Okay, so again, if you get a DT1, DT4 visa, these are some of the benefits. All right, enhanced enhanced access to property ownership, including the ability to purchase both residential and commercial properties. All right, public service access, right? Full access to Vietnamese public services, including healthcare and social services. So again, you're looking for a retirement here in Vietnam. You'll be able to have once you because every month you'll pay the government for your business, okay, through your business, I should say, through your business. So you'll pay the government a little bit, a couple million every month, and it'll go towards your social benefits here. Okay, as an employee, I have social benefits, right? So I've been paying into it for 5 years already. So once I retire, then or leave Vietnam, I'm entitled to them to pay out my social benefits. I don't have to be retirement age, okay, and neither do you. All right. So number two, again, this is for the DT1, DT4 visa. Okay, this is the investment visa. Okay, for you investor visa, this is it, right? Investment visa, DT1, DT4 visas we're talking about. So far, let me just do a quick recap. Extended legal residence, so geographic mobility, these are benefits to these visas. Property ownership rights, public service access, okay? So benefit number two is your family benefits and inclusion, right? So, one of the most attractive aspects of the visa program is its comprehensive family inclusion benefits designed to keep families together while providing opportunities for all members. All right. So, it's not just you, right? If you are from whatever country, you invest in the country, your family gets that same investment visa. Okay. So they can come along with you. That's a good benefit, right? One of the most attractive aspects, I already read that, excuse me. Eligible family members, your spouse, your children under 18, and your dependent parents, right? So if you have aging parents, they can come along for the ride as well. Education access. Children have full access to Vietnamese education institutions from primary school to universities. So basically, they'll be local. Okay, you'll be a local kid. That's cool. And you don't have to pay big. You don't have to pay big tuition fees. That's another benefit, right? So there are some really, really, really good universities here. Really, really good universities, and you'll be paying what the Vietnamese pay. So that's really good. You have healthcare benefits. Family members can access both public and private healthcare facilities across Vietnam. Okay, you can still do that as a foreigner. You don't need this. You don't need this, but a lot of it is going to be just a language barrier. All right, so you can still access all the healthcare facilities in within Vietnam, but most of them don't speak English. All right. Then your family integration support, access to language programs and cultural, excuse me, integration services for all your family members. So whatever that means, right? If they're going to offer you some programs, whatever they have to make it easier for you, maybe they have some partnerships or whatever for you. So, all right, and I will get to you guys' questions if you have. I'm not looking at the back end right now. So number three, travel advantages, right? So there are some advantages. Let's look at it. The visa offers superior travel flexibility, making it ideal for international business people and frequent travelers. You have so with these DT1 through 4 visa, the investment visa, you can get a multi-entry, right? Remember, there's a 90-day and a 30-day, right? So 30 and 90, single or multiple, right? So with these visas, you'll get a multi-entry visa, unlimited entries and exits from Vietnam during the visa. Extended stay periods, no restrictions on duration of stay within the visa validity period, right? No, that means no border runs, right? Simplified border procedures. You get a fast track. Basically, you come in like a Vietnamese, you go out like a Vietnamese. Period. But for this is an upgrade because you get a fast track. Right. Regional travel benefits, easier access to all of these countries. Right. Cambodia, Thailand, all free access to Southeast Asian countries. Okay, which is really big actually because a lot of these countries you can get. Some of us Americans have free visas, but there's a lot of countries here in Southeast Asia that you have to pay. All right. So, any questions so far on that? Any questions on that? Let's see. Let's see what we have here. Hi Cup. Hello. Chao Boy Sang. Hello. Good morning. Thank you for the comment. Good morning. Thank you for the comment. You are from Dinh Tap, Vietnam. Nice. Welcome. Welcome. Love it. I living a dream. I living a dream. Thank you for Thank you for the comment. Hey, I'm from San Diego. So what part of San Diego are you from? I grew up in near Rancho Penasquitos. Thanks for the comment. Uh, I'm English guy. High Cup says I'm English guy already living here. Okay, cool. Hello, Doc Lock. Grams Pups. Grams Pups. Sorry if I'm butchering that. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Doc Lock. Okay. Hello, Doc Lock. All right. High Cup says DT4 is the lowest level investment, around 55,000 to 40,000 pound. Okay. Yeah. I mean, again, but it's only good for 1 year. I've heard some people who have got this visa, especially in the Facebook groups, and they, I mean, what good is it if you could only stay 1 year and you're paying 55,000 to 40,000 pound? I mean, what good is that? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, all right. Yes, thank you. Okay, that's all the comments I have so far. So yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about that? So far, the DT1, it gives you basically good travel advantages, right? Your family's included, and you can have a lot of you can actually own property, right? You can own some property and extend your legal stay, and yeah, so let's keep it moving, man. Work permit, work permit. So with the visa, not only can you get long term stay, but you can also work. Obviously, some of the most of the visas, they're tied to your work location. Yeah. So some of these visas, they'll give you access to being able to work outside. So for example, I signed a contract with a company, and some of these companies will say you can't work outside of our company, right? Because they want your attention here. So for the work permit that I'm on would be, or that I'm about to be on, would be, I would have to work for them, specifically, exclusively with them. Okay. So yeah, you have to get their permission in order to work outside. So, anyways, with a work permit privilege, it's huge because then you'll be able to move and shake, right? You'll be able to do business with others. You'll be able to do a lot of stuff. So let's read about it. With DT1 through 4 visas, if the investor holds a position such as owner or capital contributor of a limited liability company, chairman of the board of directors, or members of the board of directors of a joint stock company, a work permit is exempt. So you do not need a work permit. According to this article, 154 labor code, the labor code. This not only shortens the procedure, but also reduces the administrative burden, helping investors focus on running the business instead of worrying about personal procedures. That's cool. All right, that's cool right there. That's very cool. So this is what these visas already, the DT1 and 4 visas already do. Okay, this is right now. If you have money, you go, and if you want to invest, I can connect you with an attorney, a business attorneys, and you guys can get this going. They will give you one of these options, DT1 through DT4. Okay. Business opportunities. The visa program offers substantial business advantages, making it attractive for entrepreneurs and investors. Company ownership. You have the right to own and operate businesses within 100% foreign owned. All right. So again, ineligible sectors. Okay. So here you have to generally, some of these visas you'll let me see, how do I want to say this without saying something wrong. Some of the visas in the past have you have to have like a 70%, 30% split with the Vietnamese, and so now with if you invest in these visas right here, DT1 through 4, you can have company ownership 100%, foreign ownership. Okay, so what I will say, this behind the scenes, what I hear is it's going to cost you a lot more money if you do 100% foreign ownership. versus having a Vietnamese partner. It's like ridiculous. Like you pay 50% more or something like that. All right. So that's why it's important to get an attorney, local attorney here, that understands how to maneuver in this bureaucratic uh, country. Investment privileges, access to special investment opportunities and government incentives. So these are government grants. All right. So you can, once you have the visa, the investor visa, whichever one it is, then you'll have access to something most people don't have. Okay. And that's just a business opportunity through the government. Okay. Banking benefits enhance access to banking services, including premium banking facilities. Okay. Not all banks are open to foreigners. Okay. Um, if I'll give you a nugget, Shinhan Bank, it's a Korean bank, but they are the best business bank. All right. I do have a best and worst banks in Vietnam. I have a video in my catalog, so go check that out. All right. Shinhan Bank, best business bank. All right. That's for you guys. You get premium tax considerations. All right. So yeah, that's the end of that one. So yeah, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let me know. Let me see. I have more comments. Let's see. All right. High cup. No, it can be renewed yearly. Okay. You're talking about the DT4? Yeah, but again, um, how does that process work, right? So after this is my question for you, High Cup. So um, after year one of the DT4 visa, after year one, you renew and then you have to keep renewing. I know how these things can be like they can change at a whim. So my question is for you is, uh, you know, can you stay in the country? Is what I'm trying to say. With the DT1, DT2, and 3, you can. With the DT4, I don't know because it's yearly, right? I've done the yearly thing. It's not so good. Okay. So thank you for the comment. Appreciate it. As long as the business is active. Yep. That's good. Thank you, brother. Thank you. All right. Graham's Pub says, does one need to invest another 55K when one renews? I don't think so, but I think that uh, I think it just needs to be active, and you need to be doing business. So yeah, and I think High Cup answers it right here. No, the business just needs to be active and pay taxes. Yeah, I totally agree. Grams Pup, thank you for the comment, appreciate it. My boy Simon, hello man, what's up, brother? Simon says, upon marriage to a Vietnamese person and getting citizenship in Vietnam, what concerns should a foreigner have about buying a property? That's a good question. So the long story short would be ownership, right? What happens when you guys, or excuse me, this is not the U.S., so I can't say divorce, right? So what happens when if you guys have an issue, right? Again, this is Vietnam, so they're going to side with her for the most part, unless it's her problem or her fault, right? So I would say upon getting married, I would say have a prenup. Talk to a lawyer. I mean, really, talk to a lawyer and make sure that all your papers are in order. That's what I would say. So I guess that's the only thing. I would definitely talk to an attorney and make sure that they can advise you correctly. You know. So appreciate the comment, my boy. Thank you. High Cup says, if you say if you say have 50% share in that business, you don't have to invest every year, just as long as the business is active. Yeah, totally agree. Appreciate it. Yeah. Let's see. Grams Pub says, thank y'all. Good to know. Being poor, the DT4 is my only option if I want to be near my grandkids. Well, my thing is, Grams Pup, are you? Do you have Vietnamese descent or in your blood, because if you do, then you can you're VQ, so you could go and get citizenship. So yeah. All right, so that's kind of like the overview for the DT4 and the investor visa. All right, the investment visa is a good option for those who want to. And my attorney, we've been speaking behind the scenes. My attorney and I've been. He told me it can come down a lot more. You just got to have the right legal team, to be honest, and then you'll be able to grease some hands, let's just say coffee money, and it'll be a lot lower, let's just say. So you may not have to do 55K. You may not have to do 40,000 pound, right? It could be a lot lower, right? So, all right, let's get into it, man. So let me see where we're at next. So now, thank you guys all for the comments. I really appreciate it. So let's continue. Let me see. Bear with me. Let me get this out of my way. All right. So this is an article I found, and let me share my screen with you guys. Okay. So this is an article I found that says that it talks about Vietnam's retirement visa that should attract financially stable individuals. Should, yeah. So let's go through it. If you have any questions, just let me know and put them in the comments section. Again, uh, yeah, let's keep it rolling. Vietnam's visa landscape is evolving, presenting an opportunity to compete with neighboring countries. Okay. According to the Ministry of, let me see if I can get this bigger for you guys. And by the way, all the links are in the description to these articles, so you can check them out yourself. According to the Ministry of Labor Invalids, approximately 136,800 foreigners were officially employed in Vietnam at the end of 2023. All right, 100,000 foreigners here. That's really insane. Again, remember, this country only has 100 million people, and it's kind of a small country. Long wise, it's not that small, but in the grand scheme of things, yes, it is pretty small. Meanwhile, a significant number of others are believed to be residing in the country without formal employment status. Yes, this is very true right here. This group includes long-term visitors, digital nomads, accompanying family members, international students, and retirees, many of whom already contribute economically through housing, education, healthcare, and daily spending. Vietnam currently lacks a dedicated retirement visa. Yes, this right here has been a problem, right? So many people have messaged me and emailed me and said this question: do they have a retirement visa? The reason why I don't come to Vietnam is because of that, right? And they visited, of course, but a lot of people have told me I can't even think about a long term stay in Vietnam because they don't have a retirement visa, right? And so I say I know, man. Look at my previous videos. I've done, like, this year alone. I've done on Tuesday. I'm doing another border run, right? So that video is going to come out. I'm going to Thailand this time, and so I'll do content in Thailand. But again, that's 5 border runs. Five, okay? Five in the last, just for this year, and one December. I came back December like 23rd, right? So five in the last 8 months, less than. I mean, it's crazy, man. So I understand people's pain. I'm going through it too, right? If I could stay here long term without the visa not being tied to my job so that I can move and shake, and if the company's not treating me properly, I can quit and I can go get another job, like Vietnamese can do. That would be more beneficial for us because we're not tied. The only thing is our visas are tied to those jobs, right? So they can do whatever they want to you, it sucks. So when people talk about this, I understand, right? forcing retirees to rely on tourists, business, investor, or family visit visas, as well as temporary resident cards linked to those categories. See, that says it right there. Boom, right? It's not a good system. I'm going to be honest. This workaround often requires frequent renewals, aka border runs, and limits long-term security. Boom. Vung Tau is a beach community that just connected with Ho Chi Minh City. So Ho Chi Minh City, all these changes, they changed the municipalities, the provinces to make smaller districts, smaller provinces, but they're during the government in the government, but less paperwork, less people running it, and bigger provinces, huge provinces, smaller provinces in the government side, on the government side, but on the real boots on the ground, they expanded a ton of cities, right? Got rid of a bunch of cities and laid off a lot of people. So Vung Tau is about 2.5 hours away from here, from Ho Chi Minh, right? It's the nearest beach town from Ho Chi Minh. Vung Tau, as one example, has long been known as a haven for retired Australians, as well as many other nationalities. Many of these people, who are mostly men at retirement age, rely on tourist visas to stay in Vietnam. You'd be surprised. Out of this 136,800 foreigners living here, probably 80%, 90% are, maybe 80% are on that, are on just a tourist visa, and they're doing border runs back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's crazy. Some people have done border runs for 20 years. It's crazy. Back in the day, it was better because it was 1 year, right? And I'm just saying back in the day. I'm saying 5 years ago, right when I got here, they stopped the 1 year American visa. Um, yeah. So basically, retirement dreamland. So this is why Vietnam, right? It's an excellent place for retiring expats, right? The country is rapidly changing, yes, bringing new experiences and opportunities for global citizens to enjoy something unique. Yes, I love this. And when I got here 5 years ago, I saw this. I felt this right here. This is why I've stayed here, honestly, because I saw and felt that this place was changing. And I didn't know exactly 5 years ago what it was, but I could see it, I could feel it. So 5 years ago, I knew this was changing, right? And again, this is the difference between Asia and the West. The West is going in the opposite direction, and the East is going like this. So, how do you want to feel? Do you want to sit here and be depressed, be around a bunch of angry people, or do you want to be around a bunch of people who are inspiring? This is a young country who's inspiring, who there's so many opportunities for you guys. I mean, honestly, think about this, man. Think about Vietnam seriously, because there's a lot of opportunity here, right? While traditional Vietnam remains a strong presence on every street corner, a modern atmosphere is emerging in cities and regional communities. Apartment living has reached a world class standard. Not really. This is not right. Some buildings, yes, but majority of the buildings are not world class standards. Okay, um, that's why it's still cheap, right? You got to find these buildings. There are world class accommodations here that are amazing, but you're going to pay a ton for that. So, with new complexes springing up and unexpected locations, Vietnam holds several advantages over other Southeast Asian nations. And for me, or for this person, the biggest one was healthcare. Okay, I wouldn't say that, but having lived in Ho Chi Minh City for over a decade, I have personally witnessed the transformation of medical services to world class standards. Yes, again, yes, but these are private hospitals. He has to be this. article, whoever wrote this article, has to be more transparent and say, yes, there are world class standards for accommodations all over Vietnam, and yes, there are world class standards for hospitals and everything, but these are private. Okay, this is not the norm. Foreigners who don't speak Vietnamese, there are many opportunities to receive care equivalent to private hospital. The medical insurance system also offers great benefits for expats. Affordable insurance plans provide comprehensive coverage at surprisingly reasonable rates. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You go through a company here locally, you're going to pay a third of what you're paying in the West, hands down. For top notch, you can go to top notch. Those private hospitals, you can go to those hospitals, right? If you guys need any links or anything to this, all these links to these articles are in the description. Excuse me. So yeah, it is inexpensive to live in Vietnam. Yeah, it is, but you just got to make sure that you make the right choices, right? um, because Vietnam is changing. It is changing, and it's been because you guys are coming. It is becoming more expensive, right? Because I live here, I'm paying over market rate for my apartment, right? And that was with negotiating with my Vietnamese fiance and and a family member of hers. Yes, okay. So it's becoming a lot more expensive here in Ho Chi Minh. I'm not gonna lie. So we're right here. Avoid expat heavy districts. This is what I'll say. I do. Okay. This is why I live where I live. Because these expat heavy districts like Tao Dien and Phu My Hung come with premium prices. Yes. For housing and services. Living in a more local area can reduce basic expenses by 50% more than that, to be honest, with a significant drop in living standards. Okay. So eh, you're not gonna see. I live in an apartment building. It's not too big. I don't like living in those high rises. That's just my preference, right? Uh, you're going to pay in those high rises, you can find good deals, but a lot of them are going to be if you live in these neighborhoods like Tao Dien, which was in my last video. I went that those are the apartments I went to, 30 million, 40 million. That's Tao Dien. Okay. Fumi Hung is District 7. District 7. This is Koreatown. Okay, so this is a planned development city or area district, I'd say that they planned here in Ho Chi Minh City, and it's the Korean district. That's what they call it because ton of foreigners live there. It's expensive and it's on par with Tao Dien and how much they charge for their apartments. Okay, but it's more away from the center of the city. So, but it's nice. I'm not gonna lie, it's nicer. All right. Moreover, major cities such as Ho Chi Minh and Hanoi may not be ideal for retirees. A quieter coastal destination like Quy Nhon, Vung Tau, and Nha Trang tend to be more suited for retirement. Yes, I agree. Okay, so let me show you guys these three areas. Okay, just bear with me one second. Let me get to my maps and let me show you guys Quy Nhon. Quy Nhon. All right, let me share my screen with you guys, and then I will get to your guys' comments. Quy Nhon. All right. So I showed this a little bit in my live last week, but let me go back where you at over here. Okay. So this is Quy Nhon, right? Let me show you comparison to Ho Chi Minh. This is Quy Nhon right here. Quy Nhon. This is Ho Chi Minh City. Okay. Quy Nhon, Ho Chi Minh City. Okay. So it is pretty much like maybe 10 hours away, maybe 8 hours, maybe 8 hours away. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see. Quinyan directions. Let's go. Okay, 9 hours. So yeah, it is 9 hours in the car, 13 hours in a bus. Okay, so look at this. You can take a plane here as well. But again, here's Ho Chi Minh City down here, right? Ho Chi Minh City is basically at the very bottom, almost at the very bottom of Vietnam, right? Again, this is Vung Tau. This is what I showed you guys. I was talking about earlier. The closest beach town to Ho Chi Minh City, right? So a lot of retirees will hang out here in Vung Tau. They'll hang out here in Phan Thiet. Phan Thiet. So this is like Moine area, and Moine area is another beach town. Another beach town. Where's Moine? Where can I find Moine? It's like right here. This is Moine somewhere. But anyways, yes, retirees. So this is Ho Chi Minh City. This is Vung Tau, right? So if a lot of retirees live here because it's easier access to get to the city, right? There's a highway that connects this place. Super easy to get to Vung Tau. Okay, so this is the closest beach area. This is the second closest beach area, right? And then you have. Let me get out of that. Then we have Nha Trang, right? So Nha Trang, here's Quy Nhon, here's Nha Trang. Okay, Nha Trang is referred to as the Miami of Vietnam. Okay, so again, here's Ho Chi Minh. There, right here is Nha Trang. The cool thing about Nha Trang is it's only an hour away from hour, maybe two, because of these mountains, to Dalat. Dalat is a mountainous area that a lot of retirees love. They love a lot. If the next time you come to Vietnam and you if you not even if you're a retiree, but the next time you come to Dalat or come to Vietnam, go to Dalat. Okay, after Dalat, go to Nha Trang. Okay, because literally you can go through the mountain, right? Through there's a little you can see there's a little road if you can see, right? Go through that mountain. That takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and go right into the sea. Awesome, right? All right, and then it said Nha Trang, yeah, and Vung Tau and Quy Nhon. So that's the three right there. Okay, in the south, right? One, two, three. You see, they're all small, right? They're all small, and of course, Da Nang's up here. So in relation, there's Da Nang. Da Nang's right here, and Hoi An, right? I'll be honest with you guys. If I when I retire, when I retire, if I ever do, that will be I will be living here somewhere around here. I'm gonna pick one of these. If not, I'm gonna live right here in Vung Tau. Vung Tau, not so much Phan Thiet because Phan Thiet is it still needs to be built up, but Vung Tau because it's closer to Ho Chi Minh City. So I'm gonna retire in one of these areas right here. So yeah, let's get to you guys' comments and let me see where we're at here. Uh, let's go like this, and this is where we're at now. Quality of life. So let me get to your comments. Let me catch up and see where I'm at. So bear with me. Uh, okay. Hike up. Okay. No retirement visa yet. Hike up says no retirement visa yet. Their wheels of progress are very slow here. Yes, I agree. I totally agree. And again, uh, all these visas that I come up with and that I'm telling you guys about, it's not, even though it's in law, in practice, it's going to take a year minimum to for people to for the government to really get everything together. So, all right. Thanks for the comment, brother. Appreciate it. Graham's Pub says they keep saying the retirement visa is coming, but it feels like a tease. I do hope it happens. Yeah, I totally agree. I want this, but again, I'm going for a marriage one, so that'll be better. And if you have a Vietnamese spouse, definitely get married, guys. What are you waiting on? Thanks for the comment. I appreciate it, Graham's Pup. High Cup says the question I would ask is what criteria has to be met to be able to retire in Vietnam when they do have a retirement visa. So yeah, that's a good question. I mean, that's basically what we're all thinking about right now. Is we're all hoping and waiting for the actual details. But when those details drop, I promise you, I will make sure you guys are well abreast. All right, thanks for the comment. I appreciate it. Simon says, "What's my cost with no insurance, no teeth cleaning at the dentist?" That's a good question, man. I mean, you're here, bro. You can speak Vietnamese. You can find that answer out quicker than I can, man. Just give a call to a dentist, and you know, get on it, bro. Again, the cool thing is that you'll have a lot of you can pay cashier, which is probably going to be the best thing for you and the cheapest, right? And luckily, dental cost here is not expensive. So keep that in mind. Thanks, Simon. Appreciate you, brother. Really appreciate you. Graham's Pub says he's talking to Simon. Okay, but let's talk about it. The prices would depend on the business. Not sure about just a cleaning, but I had a root canal last year and it only cost $100. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In the U.S., a root canal would have cost me, man, a few $100. I ain't gonna cap. I think I paid a couple $100 for a root canal. So, yeah. Thanks for the comment, man. Yeah, I agree. $100. See, there you go, guys. $100. Thanks for the comment, brother. High Cup says a lot of Australians retirees live in Vung Tau. Yep, exactly. Yeah, they definitely do for sure. Thanks for the comment. And also in Nha Trang, a lot of Russians, right? So that's where a lot of Russians are going to the Miami of Vietnam. Yeah, they're going to Nha Trang. So thanks for the comment. Ground Soap says, my son loves Nha Trang. Yeah, there it is. And the funny thing is that I've been all over Vietnam and I've never been to Nha Trang yet. So I've been to Dalat. I just didn't have time to go to Nha Trang, but I'm going to make it over there. I keep hearing really good things about that. All right, thanks for the comment. Grams Pub says, my son keeps telling me to find someone to marry. Hey, man, that's what I'm saying. Have you found anyone yet? Are you on dating sites? Man, I recommend. Side note: don't get on dating sites, guys. If you want to talk to a woman, come to Vietnam. Just walk down the dang street. They're all over the place. I'm telling you, they're all over the place. So, thanks for the comment. You need to marry someone now. My boy Keys, what's up, Keys? Love, my boy, love. Thanks for the comment. Zay Goodman, thanks for the comment, says, hey, I'm 32, a military vet, living on disability, moving to Da Nang from Thailand next year. Nice. What things should I be on alert or ready for? Thank you for the comment. Everything. Short answer, everything. I would say this. How has your experience been in Thailand? Because if you live in Thailand, then you already understand that how these Southeast Asian countries move. So things can be one day it can be great, the next day it's like, what? Like you got to do something different. So yeah, if you email me, Let me see if I have my email. Email me, and I can send you over. You know, I can get you a soft landing. I have something prepared that I can just email over to you. The email is, I'll put it in my. It's the just the story of KT at Gmail. Easy. Bear with me, guys. All right, cool. So I'll pin that if I can. It doesn't look like I can pin that. But anyways, that's the email. The story KT at Gmail. All right. Thanks for the comment. Yeah, I look forward to your email, Zay. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. All right, Simon Lee, my man. Good info, Kev. Thanks. Where are you and future wife are going for your honeymoon? Fuquoc, Da Nang, the Chang, or some other place? I would love to take her to Europe. Actually, she wants to go to Europe, so more than likely sometime next year, or maybe 2027 beginning. I'll take her over to Europe, and we'll do like a little Europe thing. So, but probably she'll want to go to, I don't know, man. I don't know, to whatever she wants to do. I've been to all those places except for Nha Trang, but um, I'm looking at this next year traveling all throughout Vietnam. So like through motorbike, you know what I mean? So who knows, man? I mean, we'll see. But thanks for the question, bro. Appreciate you. And I'll see you later, brother. I'll see you shortly, actually. Yeah, Simon and I are going to be doing a little special collab. So yeah, in the next couple hours. So I'll see you there, brother. Much love to you, my boy. Yeah, hey Zay, what's up? Keith, what's up, my boy? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Zay says, okay, got it. Thanks. Yeah, yeah. I'll give you shoot me an email. Uh, Unfriendly Stoic says, "What's up, my boy?" He says, "Malta, yeah, Malta, yeah. If you, I don't know much about Malta. I know you have some info on Malta, but yeah, you should definitely check it out and give these people some info on Malta, my boy. I hope you're doing good, boy. Thank you. Thanks for the comment. Hi, Cup. 3-day family wedding. Yeah, we're gonna do something different, man. I'm not trying to spoil it because this is not this video, but yeah, we're gonna do something special. But it's gonna be different because we're in Ho Chi Minh City, and majority of her family is in Hanoi, so we gotta go back up there. So yeah, we'll be getting married here soon, the end of the year or the beginning of next year. So yeah, I'm excited, man. Definitely. Thanks for the comment. Keith's another comment. Thank you, thank you. Unfriendly Stoic. Yes, thank you, brother. Okay, so let me see what else I got for you guys because I got a few more things, but I just you know want to show you guys some other stuff here about retiring here. So just bear with me here. We are still in the cost of living section here. And then after this, I'm gonna open up. You guys can come on to the live, come on to the panel, and let's talk about it, man. I want to hear some engagement. I want to hear you guys ask me some more questions. Come on, talk to me over here. So um, bear with me. Let me go ahead and let me share my screen with you guys. Just give me a minute. Yes. Okay, so cost of living, man. Cost of living here, it varies, okay, based on your lifestyle. It really varies based on your lifestyle. But again, Vietnam has lower cost of living than many of these Southeast Asian countries. So you bring your pension or your 401k, you're gonna be living like a king here or queen. Queen. All right. So housing expenses. Your rent is going to be your biggest expense, right? If you decide to buy, your mortgage will be your biggest expense. Okay. So let's just look at it. Generally, a three bedroom, or excuse me, a one bedroom in the city that is Hanoi, that is Ho Chi Minh City. Okay, there is no, I mean, there are no other cities besides Da Nang now is becoming like that. So I'll just say Da Nang, Ho Chi Minh City, and Hanoi are going to be this, okay, and up, right? Of course, you can find apartments lower than you can find apartments $100, 200 US dollars, right? 300 US dollars. Some of those apartments you don't want. Those are basically for Vietnamese basic apartments, furnished or non-furnished, and it's going to be a little further away from the city center. So, and primarily Vietnamese areas. So typically, you're going to spend between 369 a month for a one bedroom in the city, right? US 1733 average. Okay, I know. It's a lot more, but this is. Okay, outside the city centers, rents drop again 247. That's a 82% decrease. Okay, so that's real. Let me give you an example. I was living in Thanh Hoa. Thanh Hoa. Let me stop. Let me share. Let me show you guys what Thanh Hoa is, where it's at. Okay, because all right. So this is Nha Trang. Nha Chang's down here. Nha Trang, right? So I gotta pull out. Pause. I gotta pull out, and this is Thanh Hoa. Okay, and this is in the north. There's like an invisible line. There's like a little invisible line, right? Like right here, like right here. That starts the central. That starts central Vietnam. There's like a little invisible line. Okay, this is the south, the southernest, if that's a word, the southernest city, big city, medium city that's on the border of the north and central. Okay, so this area is there's not a lot going on. Okay, in this area, I paid 5 million, which was like two. It's like between 200 and 250 USD for three three bedroom, a 4 bedroom house. Okay, so I paid max 250 US dollar for a 3-story 4 bedroom home. Okay, and just to give you guys some perspective, here's Tang. It's called Tang Hoa, and this is Hanoi. Okay, Haiphong is getting more expensive. Okay, this is the port area of Vietnam, one of the biggest ports. Okay, in Southeast Asia. This is Hanoi. Okay, just to give you this is the capital. Just to give you guys some context. Okay, and then so this is Thanh Hoa. This is where I used to live here. Okay, my first 6 months, I lived here, right here. I was working there. Okay, so just to give you, so again, let me go like this. Let me share my screen. What am I looking at? Retire. Okay, so again, look, I was paying less than 250, right? I was paying around this price. Okay. So this, I've lived this already. I've paid this. House, you guys can just check this stuff out. Groceries in the US, it's going to cost you 4 eggs, $4.31. Rice, $4. Let's say $5. Let's round up. And then chicken, $12.21. Here, 1 dozen eggs cost you $1.50. Rice, 93 cents a kilo. Chicken, $3.71 a kilo. A kilo. Okay. Um, Eating out, basically, you're going to spend about 500 to 550 V and D, which is $21. between $20 and $21 for like to go out and eat. Okay, and that's at like a mid range restaurant. Okay, that is true. Okay, U.S. $75, right? Here they have this little thing called street food, right? So again, the cost of living here is you're gonna pay 70 to 80% less, right? You're gonna have a peace of mind, right? This is again, Vietnamese cities can be 70 to 80% less, right? So again, a lot of these places that you're gonna want to retire to, um, it's again understand that Vietnam is coming up. It's developing still. Okay, so as long as your expectations aren't super high and you're willing to work with Vietnam, man, you guys are gonna have stress free lives and you can retire here, right? Again, gasoline is nearly the same price, and that's one of the things I've seen as well. It's nearly the same price. Okay, $2. This is U.S. $2.50. That's not right in California where I'm from, but we'll just go with it. 250, $65 pass, $1.74 a kilometer for taxi. See, difference 62 cents a kilometer by taxi. You can go so far for under $1 here in Vietnam. It is unbelievable. It is really unbelievable, right? A monthly bus pass, $7 or $8 max, right? One way ticket on the bus, 31 cents. So if you're a retiree, you don't have to ride motorbike, right? Excuse me. If you just want to take public transportation, it's getting better. The metro has opened up here in Ho Chi Minh. The metro has opened up in Hanoi as well. This place is really rapid. It's rapidly developing. And so, again, prices are lower. So you pay less than $1 um, to get on the metro, right? That's cool. You go to the gym, $22 a month. Ticket for the movies, $3.80. Do you remember that back in the '90s when it used to be $5 to go to the cinema? In the U.S., again, gyms are on average $46, and a ticket to the movies are $14. Right? Tennis, what I've seen is becoming pretty popular here in Vietnam. So you can do $8 compared to $22 in the U.S. If that's your thing, tennis, $8 an hour. That's pretty crazy, right? So Vietnam again, 70 80% less, than UK, Canada, and the US. So a lot of these retirees do retire in Da Nang, Hoi An, which is true, Nha Trang, which I just told you, and Hanoi as well, and Ho Chi Minh City. Yeah. Again, I gave you guys, these are just the big ones, right? These are the ones everyone's talking about, right? But the cities I showed you guys, those ones are the smaller cities that are coming up on the coast. Trust me, you need to look at that stuff. You need to look at those, right? Again, these are the visas that you can retire with right now, okay, here in Vietnam. Tourist visa, self explanatory, 30 days, 90 days, single entry or multi entry. We didn't talk about the business visa. This is a business visa for workers, okay? Foreign workers. DN as opposed to the investor visa we talked about, DT. Yeah. So this one is the one that I am on, the one that I've been on before, right? And then I'm going to go on next week. Starting next week, I'll be on this visa right here. Okay. This is basically for people who are working. Okay. This is for investors. We just talked about that already, right? And then of course, if you have a family sponsored visa, you're married, you're a VITQ, you can have 5 years exempt. Okay. Um, Let's see. Anything else I wanted to talk about? Oh yeah, taxes. Yeah. So taxes. Again, whether or not I'm right here, whether or not you'll pay taxes in Vietnam depends on the residency status. Okay, it depends on your residency status and where your income is coming from. Okay, Vietnam taxes residents on global income, while non-residents are only taxed on income earned within the country. Okay, so this non-residents and residents pay taxes. Period. If you make money here in Vietnam, you pay taxes, right? If you pay, if you're making money in the U.S. and you're bringing your money here, you pay taxes over in the U.S. Pretty simple. You don't. Vietnam doesn't tax that money. I know Thailand's taxing that money. Vietnam's not taxing that money yet. Okay, they're definitely not taxing that money. Residents up to 5% on a worldwide income. Okay, these are so again, get with a tax accountant. Okay, these are all general. These are just general. Okay, Vietnam is doesn't tax income that comes from abroad. They just don't. Okay, so right now they don't do that. Residents pay 5% tax. Non-residents pay 20% tax, and 0% on foreign income. Okay, so there it is, right there. Okay, that could change though. That could change. Gifts and inheritance are taxed at 10%. Okay. Now I don't know if gifts and inheritance, if that is gifts that are within the country. I believe that is. Again, if you get a gift abroad and you bring it here, it's not money that was made here. So my understanding is that this is only if your gift is within Vietnam. Okay. U.S. Vietnam tax rules for retirees. Your U.S. pension is typically not taxed in Vietnam. Again, your U.S. pension is not taxed in Vietnam. You must file U.S. tax returns annually, just like you normally would do. Okay, if you were back home. Double taxation can be avoided using the foreign earned income exclusion, FEIE, or the foreign tax credit to offset U.S. liabilities. Again, a good tax attorney or a good tax accountant here in Vietnam will make sure you have all of this, right? If you need a local tax attorney, I have, I can refer you. And if you need a local tax accountant, I can refer you as well. I have many, many. Okay. U.S. abroad, U.S. citizens abroad must file tax returns, obviously June, whatever, whatever, whatever. Okay, so that's that. Do we have any questions on that? Let me get to your comments here. I'm starting to see some comments here. Only I see you, Stoic. Okay. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. All right, let's go. Paperback Marketing Group. What's up, my boy? Hello, brother. Nice to see you. It's good to see you, brother. He says, "Good to see you live, brother." Nice to see you as well, my boy. Love you, buddy. Stoic says, "Only quitters pull out." That is facts. uh, okay, that's for Zay. But we'll go like this. Hi, Cup. Good advice. Yes. Good advice, Grams. I'm feeling stoked. I can get a round trip ticket to Mukbai for $3. Yeah. I mean, again, I mean, if you guys don't know where Mokbai is the border. The border. He just did a border run. So he lives on. It's on the border of Cambodia and Vietnam. $3 for gas. How far is that, Stoic? How far is that? Thanks for the comment, brother. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, Stoic says there is also a public bus to Mumbai for 40K. Oh, really? But it's a public bus. It's not a private bus, right? Because 40K is $1.50. Basically, it's $1.50. So, yeah, that's great, man. I mean, Mokbai is like 3, 4 hours away from here, so that's fire. All right, thanks for the comment, man. Graham's Pub says, I live in the boondocks. I have a level 4 home with 3 bedroom, $50 a month plus utilities. $50? What? If you're good in little towns, rent can be quite low. Really? Where do you live? That's really $50. See, again, there it is, right there. $50 for a 4 level. So it's like boom, 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 4 levels stacked on each other, 3 bedroom. I'm telling you, it. If you're not, if a lot of retirees do live outside of the big cities as well, and I'll say this that it can drastically lower your standards could be, you could get the best place and it'll cost you like $200, $300. Seriously. And it'll be super nice, right? $500, super nice, right? So if you're willing to get outside the bigger cities, oh man, you could save so much money, man. And the opportunity out there, there's not a lot to do, to be honest. And it just depends on what city that you live in. But again, if you live on the coast, you can't beat living for $200, man. I mean, seriously, that's cool though, man. I've never seen a place $50. That's crazy. That's crazy. Thanks for the comments. Appreciate it. Yeah, where? That's what I want to know. Where? Oh man. So Graham's pups say $15 for an 8 hour ride on a sleeper bus. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. So $15 to take the bus from Ho Chi Minh City to, you can take that all over the place. It's even cheaper too, to be honest. But you can take it to go all over Vietnam, sleeper buses. So yeah, $15, man, to go across country is crazy. All right, Grams Pubs thinks. Grams Pub says, "I'm in South Central. It's a farming community. I would expect that the rents would be low in the outs of the way places. Yeah, yeah, most of out of the way places. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Yeah, but $50, man. I mean, what? That's crazy. Thanks for the comment, man. I appreciate it. We had Hike Up says we had two com tom and 2 drinks last night, 120 VND, $4 and six. Wait a minute, let me read that. We had two broken rice. Okay, so they had 2 rice dishes with like meat and vegetables, and 2 drinks. What kind of drinks? Like soft drinks or alcoholic drinks for 120. That's really good, man. Wow. Where is this at? Let me know, because if that's in Ho Chi Minh City, me and my lady gonna check it out. Why not? All right. Thanks for the comment, brother. Well, speaking of my beautiful queen, hi baby, hi sweetheart. Hope you're having fun. I love you. Thanks for the comment, babe. Uh, Roly Poly 76 isn't true that if you spend 120, isn't it? Isn't it true that if you spend 180 days plus in Vietnam, you become a yes. Yeah, yeah, that's true. So if you spend 6 months in Vietnam throughout the year, then for 1 year, you become a resident, like a tax resident. And so, but you just have to spend that 6 months here. So, but the tax goes from 20% down to 10%, right? And if you have a good tax agent, then it'll be 5%, 5%. So, yeah, that is true. That is definitely true. Thanks for the comment, brother. Appreciate it. All right, let's see. Zay Goodman says, "Thanks, y'all. Do they have portable Wi-Fi or do you need a mobile plan?" That's a great question. They have Wi-Fi everywhere, and it's usually free. Okay, so you, I do both. Most people do both, right? Because you want to stay connected. So, and the plans here are so cheap. The mobile plans are so cheap. For instance, I pay for every 7 months. they have different plans. So every 7 months and they have year plans. I pay like for 7 months. I pay like $30. Yeah, yeah, like $30, anywhere from $30 to $40 for the year. Period. That gives me 4 gigs of data for my mobile plan. That gives me 4 gigs of data every day, right? Which I don't use a lot. I don't ever use it over ever, never. Um, and I'm because of Wi-Fi, because I connect to Wi-Fi all the time. I'm generally home, or I go to a place, a coffee shop, Wi-Fi. I go to an office building, Wi-Fi. So it just really depends. Yeah, yeah. But I would do both because again, when you get outside of a coverage area, let's say you're in the countryside, where's a Viatel where you're gonna go find a little shop, So yeah, make sure you have a mobile plan first thing you land here, just get a mobile plan. All right, thanks, I appreciate it, man. Let's see. Okay, I only have a couple more, so let's check it out. No level mean. Okay, sorry. Graham's Pub says no. Level 4 means it has water, electric, and a toilet. Okay. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, so is it a one story then? Is it a one story or a 2 story, 3 bedroom? So, yeah. And what's the difference? I've never heard of level 4 means it has water, electric, and toilet. I got to look that up. But yeah, thanks for the comment. Your next one, oh, your comment is level 1 is a shack. Okay. All right. Hey, I appreciate it. There's tons of level 1s here, man. I'm telling you. All right, so let's. I think I'm ready for you guys to. Let's open. Let me open the panel here. Actually, this is one. This is a question I wanted to bring to you guys because you guys have been asking me this a lot. So let me. The investment. The investment amount. So let's go like this. All right. So investor amounts, okay? We were talking about the DT1, right? We talked about the DT1, DT2, 3, and 4. Okay? Here are some general numbers for you, right? For foreign investors who want to invest in Vietnam with a capital contribution of a value of at least 100 billion VND or invest in a business with incentives. Okay? That's DT1. DT2, you for a foreign investor who wants to invest in Vietnam with a capital contribution from 50 billion to 100 billion, or invest in a company, or will invest in business encouraged for investment. Okay, so I'll just tell you, and then we'll talk about it. So that one's range 50 billion to 100 billion VND, and then 3 for foreign investors who want to invest in capital contribution from 3 billion to less than 50 billion. Okay. And DT4 is less than 3 billion. Okay. So the duration of the investor visa depends on the type of visa you apply for. Typically, one DT1 and DR2, excuse me, DT2, I think that's supposed to be, are issued for 5 years, DT3 up to 3 years, and DT4 is 12 months. Okay. So, yeah, there's that if you guys want to take a screenshot of it. But there is your investments. Let's look at how much. Let me look. 100 billion. 100 billion. Okay. So let's stop here. Let me share with you guys. 100 billion is 3,829 US dollar. Okay, that's it. It's not so bad, right? So one, no, excuse me, 3 million. I'm sorry, 3 million. Excuse me, I saw that wrong. 3 million $829,290 US dollar. Okay, so it's 3 million. All right, that's not. I mean, that's not so bad. That's not so bad considering some of these other visas. Okay, that's 100 billion VND. All right, let me see. Uh, okay, let me go back to your comments here. High Cup says Wi-Fi is everywhere here. Mobile plans are very cheap. I think I pay 55 a year. Yeah, yeah. I don't pay much more than that either. It's really nice. I mean, coming from a society where I'm used to paying a hundred, like at least let's see, one third more than that, easy, half easy. Let's just say half. It's crazy to think that I just significantly cut my expenses just with my cell phone. Like you don't have to worry about a cell phone being turned off or getting cut off if you don't have 150 US dollar, a month. That's crazy, man. For 2 months at 150, that's $300. You're paying that's what is that? That's 3 years, 2 years. Whatever it is, that's 5 years, 4 years of paying for service here. That's crazy, man. It's crazy. So again, the investments, yes, they're investments, but you can diversify your investment as well, right? If you're bringing 3 million, if I was investing here, which I will, but I know you can do 100,000 and under. But again, it depends on the attorney that you have. Okay, this is why I'm saying things work different here, right? It's different in the U.S., right? I know that you don't need 3 million to invest here. You can invest with 100K in a business, okay, in a startup or in an established business, and you can definitely get a work permit from that. That is directly from my attorney's mouth. Okay. You can get, let me say that again. You can get a work permit because of your investment. And if you have the right attorney who knows some people, knows a good business attorney, who knows some good laws, they can get you in here for 100,000 USD. Okay. That was straight from my attorney's mouth, business attorney. All right. So thank you for the comment, High Cup. Appreciate it. Graham's Pup says it's just one story. It's an old house. There is no glass in my windows, just decorative wooden bars and wooden shutters. Okay, shutters. Okay. Okay, we have 50 bar. Okay, I get it now. I get it. But that's cool. There's level 4 though, and you have a big yard. Nice. Thanks. Thanks for the comment. High Cup says, and most buses all have Wi-Fi. That is true. Most buses do have Wi-Fi. So yeah. Anyways, let me open up the floor for you guys. Let's talk about it, man. If you guys want to come on to the show, you guys want to talk some retiree, some retirement visa. You guys want to talk some stories about Vietnam? Come on over here. I'm gonna stay on for another like 10 minutes, and then I gotta go do some content. So yeah, let me give you guys. Let me send you guys the. Bear with me here. Let me get you the link. Where would I find that link? Boom. Let's go like this. All right. So the link is in the comment section. If you guys want to come on, talk about Vietnam, have any questions, you can ask me. Come on to the show and just talk about it. Let's talk about it. So yeah, I will definitely. I'm definitely going to be retiring here for sure. Get married, get and have some chitlins, and retire here, man. Invest here, start a business here, businesses here, and just continue to keep rolling, man. You guys are going to be along for the ride with me, so I appreciate it, man. I definitely appreciate you guys supporting, watching the videos, coming on here on the lives as well, man. This is cool. I appreciate it. Appreciate all the support. Oh, and don't forget to hit that like button, man. Like this up so that it help me grow and help the YouTube algorithm, man, to tell you and tell the YouTube algorithm that my content is good. All right. So yeah, don't forget to like that video though. Don't forget to like this live right now. So yeah, come on up. Anybody want to come on up and talk about retirement, man? Why Vietnam and why? So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to all the to just retiring, man. I mean, at the end of the day, who wants to live in the U.S. and who wants to be going through that stuff over there? I mean, that's crazy what I see online. Okay, we got some more comments here. Let's see what we got here. Again, this is you can come on up. Let's see, high cup. Depending, high cup says depends a lot what business you want to invest in. You need to be very careful, as with all investments. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, you definitely need to be very careful because um, this is still Vietnam. You know what I mean? And again, this is why it's important to have someone on the ground who knows what they're talking about, who has your best interest in it. I have your best interest. Okay. If you want to come here, I will do everything I can to make sure that you guys have a soft and easy landing here. Okay. This is why I've been here for 5 years. You know what I mean? Almost six. Uh, this is why, so that I could build relationships for you guys and for my friends. To be honest, for was going to be for my friends, but yeah, I started this YouTube channel, so now it's for you guys as well. So yeah, be very careful. This is still Vietnam. All right, this is not. There's even there's like the laws going on and stuff. It's you just got to be careful, man. There are laws here to protect you guys. Are they always enforced? Not so much, right? Thanks for the comment. Grams Pups, don't forget to like. See, you heard the man. Don't forget to like, please. Appreciate it. Thanks, Grams Pup. Appreciate that, man. All right, Mr. Terry Allen says, hello, I am currently living in Bali, but looking at Vietnam because it seems to be 25 to 35% cheaper to live there. Yeah, of course. And thanks for your comment, Mr. Allen. Yeah, it is definitely, it's more than that. Especially with Bali. And I've been to Bali, and it just depends on where you live in Bali. But Bali is definitely way more expensive than here, than pretty much anywhere here. Let's just be honest. So it just depends. Send me an email, and if you have any questions, Terry, then we can go ahead and let me find my email. I can steer you in the right direction and give you some advice behind the scenes. So here, I'll just put my email again. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Terry, if you have any questions, just send me an email, and we can talk behind closed doors. So I got you. Thanks for the comment. Appreciate it. Simon Lee, my boy. See you in a few hours. Thanks for the comment, brother. High Cup says, I don't intend to go back to the UK ever again. Yeah, I don't blame you, brother. I definitely am going to never go and live in the US ever again. Never, 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 never. Um, Especially because the things that I've seen in the last 5 years of being, oh, excuse me, like 8 years now. of being away, almost 8 years of being away. It's kind of scary. I'm cool. I'm cool chilling in Vietnam. I'm cool. Hey, I'll chill. Vietnam, it gives me a sense of peace. Traveling abroad has got given me a sense of peace, man. I don't have that stress anymore. So unfortunately, yeah, I don't really like. I pay attention to what's going on in the U.S., but I have no intentions of ever going back to the U.S. ever again. So yeah, I feel you. Thanks, High Cut. Appreciate it, man. Unfriendly Stoic says Vietnam is the best place to live in Southeast Asia. But you weren't saying that 6, 7 months ago. You know what I mean? 8 months ago, you were saying Thailand, Thailand, Thailand. And I told you, brother. But I'm glad you're here too, brother. Thanks for the comment, bro. Terry Allen says, I will be starting on the 20th just to have a look around, staying for a month. Ooh, okay. Where are you staying? Where are you staying? Are you staying in up in the north? Are you staying in the central? Are you staying in the south? If you come to Ho Chi Minh, make sure you message me, man. I'd love to meet you. Thanks for the comment. And if there's my email, just in case. High Cup says, thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Music for Serenity says, I man like you, man. I like you, man. I man like you, man, and keep making inspiration video. Thank you, brother. I understand what you're saying, brother. I just read it the way it is, but thank you. I really appreciate that, brother. I live in New Zealand and planning to move to Da Nang next year. My question is that Da Nang or Nha Trang, which you prefer? Hmm. Take care. Take care, brother. Yeah, thanks, brother. Oh man. I okay. Full disclosure, I've never been in Nha Trang yet, but I've heard so many things about it. The difference, I would say before I would have said Da Nang. I would definitely say I don't know, man. I would definitely. That's a good question. To live, honestly, I'll say this: if you like Russian women, go to Nha Trang. If you want to be around a bunch of foreigners, go to Nha Trang. If you want to be around a bunch of foreigners, go to Da Nang. So it just depends on how busy you want to be. Both of them are pretty chill. Uh, I'll say that because I haven't experienced Nha Trang yet, so I got to be real with you. Like, but I don't have experience over there. I do have experience in Da Nang, and Hoi An is right there. So, and Da Nang is bigger. One, you can you can meet more foreigners there as well, not a specific foreigner. You know what I mean? And then, but the cost of living is rising rapidly over there, and so it might at some point be as expensive as Ho Chi Minh here. So yeah, it's because of the digital nomads and everybody's making videos about it, and it's rising. So 6 months ago that place was awesome, right? It was cheap, it was cool. But if you're willing to look at other areas, any one of those little cities on the coast, go check those out, man. Queen Yun, which I'll show you. Like I said, I don't know how long you've been here, but um, I will share with you guys again. I will share with you guys again this area, Queen Yun. So this is Nha Trang. Let's go out here first. So we're at Nha Trang. So this is Nha Trang. So you can either live here, you can live here, and this is some people here locally say this is the small Da Nang. It's just a lot better. This is the Queen Young. So here's Nha Trang. Here's Queen Young, right? And so this is the rising star, right? It ain't gonna be so much rising. I mean, I'm a small content creator, so but the secret is coming out about this area, this place right here. Go check it out for yourself. It's really dope, right? These areas here, this one is more inland. It's kind of deceiving. but this one has a coast, right? But not so much development, right? Not so much development. It's developing, but it's not so much development. So your question is, the Chang, it's cool because when you look at it from a map, you have here and then you have Dalat, right? And then of course you have all these. I don't know how accessible these are. This area right here is, but here you have another little tiny area here that has probably more local area, right? You have Dalat, which is like through the mountains, and then this place is amazing. This place is so amazing. You have Bun Matwat, Tuat. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but this area is kind of a bigger, smaller city, so it's not far from there. And then you have this area where you could go and explore, man. Like, look, you could go and explore up and down here. Pleiku is an inland. It's like Simon went here before. So if you're still on the live, Simon, yeah, he went here. He could tell you a lot about. He actually has a video about this on his channel. So yeah, he could talk about this. Simon's channel, Lafty, and then so anyways, so for Nachang, you have all this little bit right here, right? These are all just like 2 hours from each other, right? This is like so close from each other. You're not far from here, right? But when you go up here, think about it. Look at go here to Da Nang. Yeah, Da Nang also is cool because Hue is right here. This used to be the old capital, right? Hanoi is the capital now, but Hue used to be the old capital. Anyways, these are really cool areas, and these are really easy to drive, right? Because of this road right here, because of the QL1A, right? This area is another up and coming area as well. Quang Nhai, I know I'm butchering that, but look at this. So it's really whatever you want, right? Because Hue is awesome. Hue is an awesome town, uh, smaller, bigger city, and it's pretty big. I mean, it's not that big, but it's pretty big. Hue, it's the old capital, and then obviously you have Da Nang and then you have Hoi An, right? All of these little areas, right? So if I were you, do you want to live in the south or do you want to live in central? Here has a lot of weather concern. Okay. Down here, not so much. Not so much. Here, not so much. It's going to be pretty hot, tropical. Up here, you're going to deal with monsoons, typhoons. You're going to deal with a bunch of, but only during the rainy season. Okay. It rains more here than it does here. Okay. So obviously you're closer to the equator. It's going to be a lot hotter. Da Nang, it just has a lot of these cool little areas right here. So it's really up to you. That's the long version of that. Thanks for the comment. Appreciate it, brother. Thanks for your kind words, bro. Appreciate it. Terry Allen says, I will start in Da Nang. Okay. Yeah, everybody's starting in Da Nang now. So everybody used to come here. Everybody used to come here to Ho Chi Minh City. And now everyone's like, I'm going to Da Nang. So it'll get old. It'll get old, trust me. Everybody comes back over there. Come back over here to Ho Chi Minh. And this is where the jobs are. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. If you do you have a itinerary? What you plan on doing, or are you just planning on slow traveling? Thanks for the comment. And you email me. Perfect. Perfect. I'll check it out once I'm done here. Thanks for the email. High Cup says Da Nang is a good place to start. Yeah. And this is Viet water. Okay. This is good Viet water. Just FYI. All right. Big old bottle. See? Big old bottle. Okay. Yeah. It is a good place to start. But I don't know. It depends because if you want to go from the north to the south, most people don't. most travelers don't do motorbike. They don't ride motorbikes. If I were you, which this is just me, I would have gone from the north, start in the north, go to the south. That's how I would have done. So yeah, thanks for the comment. Music for Serenity says thanks for replying my message. You're welcome, and we definitely have a coffee. Yes, I appreciate that. Yeah, come out. Come to Ho Chi Minh though. All right. High Cup says, really enjoyed the chat and the information. If you come to the Mekong Delta, give me a shout. Yes, I will be in Anzang. I will be in Anzang. Or excuse me, the South says Anyang. Anyang. I'll be in Anyang next week. Next week? Or next week? No, in 10 days. I'll be there in 10 days. So yeah, if you're near Anzang or Anyang, yeah, let's get on a Zalo. But yeah, I'll be there. Thanks for the comment. Go to yes, I gotcha. Okay, Graham Sub says that's not for me. Let's keep it moving. Uh, okay, Graham Sub says I. So you live an hour away from Bunma. Bunma. Okay, cool. That's cool. I like it. Music Serenity says, thanks, brother, for your guidance. We'll keep in mind for sure. Take care. Thank you for joining, brother. Appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Graham's Pub says, it's beautiful here. And if you love coffee, and the International Museum of Coffee is in Bunma. Yeah, Bunma. Yep. Yeah, I want to go check that out. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing some more. I'm definitely gonna be doing some more uh, content outside in the rural areas. Yeah, I did a video, in Anzang, excuse me, in Anzang, and nobody watched it. So I don't know if you guys are interested in what Vietnam outside of the bigger cities are, what they look like. But yeah, if let me know in my comment sections of these videos that I drop. Let me know if you guys want to know about the countrysides and how these countryside people are living, man. Because it's not just about the bigger cities. I want to showcase Vietnam, all of it. So whether you guys watch or not, that's just what I'm going to continue to do. And I want to showcase those people as well, not just the privileged ones who live in the city. So yeah. But yeah, what's next? Next week, I'll be dropping a poll. What are we going to talk about next week? Eventually, we'll talk about relationships. We'll talk about getting married here. These lives are going to be more of just talking to you guys and getting your guys' input about everything. And so I really appreciate you guys, sticking with your boy. And man, make sure you guys on your way out like the video. If you have questions, email me. Let me put my email up here. Yeah, email me. And any investment needs you guys have, contact me about any kind of situation. I don't care if it sounds stupid to you. I'll answer it. It's all good. This is what I'm here for, man. So just to make your guys' job a lot easier, and just to let you guys and promote Vietnam, let you guys know more information. So on that note, I'm gonna get up out of here. I hope you guys have a good day, good night, good morning wherever you're at, and see you guys on the next one.